I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Well, the Ukraine war is over. Prices have dropped to their lowest level in history. Everybody has a job, a cookie, and Middle East peace has been achieved. Sorry, people, things are so bad. I just kind of wanted to leave something positive for thousands of years from now when they start kind of repairing the smoking cinder that we turned our planet into, and they won't blame me. This last week was a ball of evil wrapped in a shit show on top of a clusterfuck. This is a partial list of idiocy, hatred, and darkness that President Felon Rapist crapped out his stupid hole. He invoked the Alien Enemies Act to begin deporting non-citizens without letting them have a lawyer or see a judge, which, is against everything. The 1798 law was only used 3 other times: the War of 1812, World War I, and World War II. The last time it was used was to put Japanese Americans into internment camps, when we were great again. What other scumbaggery oozed out of this obese orange idiot? Again, this is a partial list for this week. Deported a 10-year-old kid citizen with brain cancer and his family. Yeah, we great again? Again? Claimed that Joe Biden's pardons, the get-out-of-jail-free card for every criminal friend of Trump. However, he claimed Biden's pardons were null and void because they weren't signed with the correct giant clown Sharpie. He screwed our mortal enemies, Australia and Canada, on steel tariffs, which is driving up future U.S. home prices. Canada and Australia? He fired 1,300 from the education department.
I love the poorly educated.
It's no surprise that the dumbest president in American history thinks book learning is a plot to make him feel dumber.
I don't think science knows, actually.
Sir, I can be honest for everybody. You can't feel dumber. He laid off 1,000 National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration workers. The people that give us early information and warnings about weather that kills us. Oh. He fired them. This guy would outlaw brakes in cars if Biden or Obama had demanded it. Yeah, why go fast if you also need to stop? It makes no sense. He ended 2 departments that deal with food safety. So, people, you need to stock up on TP and vomit bags. Launched investigations into 52 universities, accusing them of racial preferences, even though 58.4% of your college students are pasty-ass crackers like myself, although I didn't go to college. He directed the military to drop plans for invading Panama. Again, our mortal enemy. Panama! He killed $20 billion to fund clean energy projects. The things that would kind of help humanity, like clean air and water. Of course, I guess that goes with the food safety thing. He fired a pardon attorney because she refused to give domestic abuser Mel Gibson his gun back. I love that Trump goes macro and micro. He said independent news should be illegal. So enjoy these last few Armageddon updates, people. He said it'd be worth it if his policies led to a recession, and asked the Supreme Court to violate the Constitution on birthright citizenship. And he erased Black and Brown and Native American soldiers' records from Arlington Cemetery. That's just this week! And I got it wrong, by the way. None of these things are Democrat or Republican things. None of it. It's good and evil. I have family who are Republican. Guess what? They aren't evil. But this fat felon fuck-up douchebag and South African dork Lord Vader are pure evil. Musk said empathy is the downfall of Western civilization. But now he seems to be pissed that people have no empathy for his Nazi car company. Yeah, Nazi, I'm saying it. This is the epitome of evil. This is a Zig Heil, a Heil Hitler, Satan's high five. He didn't throw it behind closed doors with buddies. He was on TV and threw it up in the air and heiled Hitler like he just don't care at a political rally. And this dude loves dictators, leaders who murder their own people. We don't need a president who has the biggest, most evil murdering assholes on his dream board. Evil. It's evil because they have all the money and all the power, and they're still angry. I'll say it again. The billionaires have decided that people with nothing have too much. And they want it all, people. Your money, your retirement, your education, which, by the way, is your kids' and grandkids' future, your information. They're taking the weather service so we can't see what's coming to kill us.
I don't think science knows, actually.
Oh, right. Because it's just too obvious to just lead us into the showers and turn on the gas or put us in boxcars. Take out your gold teeth, everybody, and grab your museum, buddy. We're going on a field trip to the camp. This is happening in America today. In America today. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. I just don't get that people are just like, yeah, traffic's bad. I'm going to work. What's going on? People throwing up Heil Hitlers? Yeah, I know, but you know what, man? Hey, you're not a prophet. He said he was going to bring them down. He's a Nazi. It's evil, and it needs to stop. Jesus, we're going to die. Did the Germans just look around one day and go, how did everything get so bad? Because that's what it seems to be happening. I quit. Hey everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast. How are you? I know how you are. I'm just talking about it. If you saw that, if the Armageddon update was any indicator, and if you're feeling like me, sorry. With me as always, the lovely Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And the Highlander.
There can be only one.
And the puppies. Hey guys. Puppy, we don't know nothing about the news. Poochie don't like the news. I didn't know. Sometimes I've talked about this before. The Armageddon update. Poochie involved in the conversation. Sit down.
Let me go get you a mic. Hold on. Yeah.
This is fucking crazy.
Do you have anything to say about the last week?
Fuck Trump.
So
he wouldn't.
Would never say he would say orange fat guy crazy. That's what he would say.
Watching him on TV though because
since he was a puppy,
he's orange. Yeah.
Since he was puppy, it was weird. He would sit at the end of the bed and just watch him on TV. It was the weird.
Like
we would
cartoons.
Point. We have
like cartoons. Yeah, like it was fun.
Very animated.
Yes.
I think.
Like evil Bluey.
Yes.
So speaking of evil, so I was going down it today and I realized I've been wrong, and I want to let everybody know how wrong I have been. I've been calling it Democratic and Republican, but none of these things he's doing have any Republican values in them at all. Like the Republican Party. I mean, I'm going back to John McCain and Mitt Romney. John McCain made sure that everybody got health care. He remember that thumbs up. Okay. Yep. So we had guys that were good people. Like I didn't agree with them politically, but they were decent human beings.
Yeah. McCain stopped that woman from slandering Obama.
Yeah.
The person he was running against.
Yeah, he was stopping conspiracy theories. Stop them.
Can you imagine Trump doing that?
Can you imagine anybody in the Republican Party doing it because Trump would shit on them? So we've now lost all semblance of decorum and good and evil in this country, and it's just now it's just evil. And our the Republicans they're either all on their knees with knee pads for Trump, or they're all evil pricks. Yep. Now, either way, it's bad. So it's just evil now. I mean, they sent a kid who's a U.S. citizen back because he had brain cancer. He's like 10 years old, or he was 10 years old, and sent his whole family back. They deported a gay dude because he had tattoos. Now, wait, he had a visa and stuff, but he had tattoos. They weren't gang tattoos. He's a gay guy who just had.
What about the couple that owned the kebab shop in New Jersey? Both on work visas, own a really well-loved neighborhood restaurant. And
they just came in and got him.
She was detained in an ICE detention center for 14 days with no explanation.
See, this is where I was supposed to be. The no explanation, no judge, and no lawyer thing. Right. That's fuck. Do you guys understand? That's Nazi Germany. Yes. Do you guys get that? We are no longer, oh man, no, we're in Nazi Germany. If they're arresting people, not giving them access to an attorney and or a judge, or I heard a lawyer talking on the way over, talking about how they had this client the guy they sent to El Salvador, they called ICE and go, can we get communication with this guy? And they said, no. You can have no communication with them. Client. Their own client. They're his attorney. That's
no due process.
Nazi Germany. No due process. Go ahead, Ken.
Well, speaking of that, at some point these ICE agents, the guys that are carrying this out, they need to fucking hold the line. They gotta realize that what they're doing is illegal. It's immoral. And it's unconstitutional.
I agree, but the reason you're not seeing a lot of that is that they lose their livelihood, their whole career, the years accrued in getting their pension. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people aren't going to just stand for what's right.
But so then to let their own country,
the order.
It's not. Here's how self-serving and shitty it is. It's even worse than you're saying. So you got these ICE agents, right, that have built up 10, 15 years of service. They don't want to lose their pension.
More, yeah.
And yet 70,000 people just got fucking fired in
Yeah.
all these other government agencies. And this is where they say that thing. They came for the Jews and I said nothing. They came for the blacks and I said nothing. They came for the gays and I said nothing. Then they came for me and there was nobody fucking left to say anything. So if you're such a pussy out there that you're just protecting yours and don't have the balls to stand up for the rights and freedoms that America, that we were all raised with, that we're taught to believe in. If you're just going to let this fucking roll over us like the Nazis in Germany, that's on you, you little bitch. I'm so tired of people being pussies. Listen, someone's going to come one day and we're going to get a notice. We're going to get taken down off YouTube. Something's going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
They need to realize and remember why they took that job in the first place. Because 9 times out of 10, let's they're very patriotic. They feel like they're going to,
they're cops. They think of themselves as police officers.
And then here we are headed towards fucking brown shirts and we're not headed. Yeah, no. It's happening in real time.
Yeah, we're not headed.
Stay tuned to the end because last week we talked about this Minecraft library that has all the oppressed news. Not all of it, but in like places like Russia,
like deep under Minecraft. You have to dig through it. How'd you get to it?
No, it's a world. You can download the world. It gets updated, and it's a lot like a built library.
Did you find some cool shit?
Yeah. It's pretty crazy, but it is so exactly what's happening now. There's such a through line with Saudi Arabia, Russia, the Sinaloa cartel.
All right, let's get to it.
It's all the same story, so hang in because it's fucking crazy. Soon to be U.S.
With personal experience in this realm, I will tell you that, at least this specific person has bought the line of shit that Trump has sold and that the Republican Party or the MAGA party has sold about Biden's immigration policies. It's what I told you. Everybody is living in a vacuum of cognitive dissonance and they don't know it. And it's all they're being told. And so this resulted in me having a conversation with a family member who is acting now as an ICE agent that ended up being the last conversation.
Yeah.
And all I said was, just remember your humanity. Remember how mom taught us to love.
They got mad about that, didn't they? Listen, when you call somebody and you said, remember, and she didn't say you aren't human.
No.
You didn't have humanity. She just said, remember your humanity. And it literally ended their relationship.
Well, we were fine. And then 2 weeks later, it
that's
ended.
nuts.
Yeah.
But my feeling on that is that reaction is so out of left field that it's rooted inside of some knowledge that they're not doing the right thing.
But the problem is again, and this, I'll keep saying it so everybody repeats it to the next time they get an argument with somebody. The fairness doctrine, we all have our own news feed. I'm not talking about Fox and MSC. I'm talking about the flat earth people. We've got the microchip in your brain in the vaccine people. Yep. We've got the 9/11 didn't happen people. Like,
measles are good for you people.
Get measles party. Let's go to the measles party.
It's not measles, it's chicken pox.
Oh, is it chicken pox?
No. Dumbass is saying that, used to we just had measles parties so you could get immune. It was chicken pox. Measles is deadly.
So the guy in charge of America's health doesn't even know which disease he's talking about.
He also, there's a clip of him reading a nutrition label, and he's like saying like words that are just like vitamins. There's like different words for like vitamin B12 or something. They're different. And he's reading them.
You can't say niacin.
Yes.
Niacin.
Yes. And he can't pronounce them. And he's saying like, what is this?
You don't know what that is.
You're in charge of that.
That's your job.
By the way, you're in charge of the thing you don't know. You're in charge of. God damn it. So we all have our own news feed now, and what ends up happening is the AI and the algorithm. Once you choose that news feed, it continues to feed that news feed with exactly what you already want.
Favors it,
So if you think that this is the craziest shit they said. So that George Soros is funding protesters. Yeah. By the way, just want to point something out. George Soros to finance the thousands and thousands of people that are going to Republican town halls and losing their shit, George Soros would be on the corner and I'd be giving him nickels. He'd be like, hey, I kind of finance this whole protest thing, and you got to
also go look at the people in the videos that are showing up and putting up cardboard cutouts of the representative. Yeah. They're all old, white-haired,
how about the grannies,
farmer-looking, MAGA-looking people.
One guy was like, "I'm a veteran," and he was like, and I was like, I know that voice. That's an insurrection goatee voice.
Yes.
You know when you hear the voice, you go, "That guy's got the insurrection goatee."
Yes. Elon tweeted, they're saying it's a judicial coup because judges are ordering against their unconstitutional executive orders. So Elon, speaking of being in your own vacuum of media, put on his social media platform that he owns, he said, "This is a judicial coup. We need 60 senators to impeach these judges and restore rule of the people."
Okay, so see, just phrases like that, rule of the people, that's Hitler. That's literally
and
everything.
Also, you would need 67. Two-thirds of the senators,
right.
But this is who
I think they lowered the threshold to 60 though in the Senate.
It's
not really
67
to impeach.
Yes.
Okay, so let's point something out to you people. George Soros is not paying for shit. People are pissed. It's what it's like. It's like if somebody hits you in the face with a baseball bat, and then you get mad, and they go, "Who paid you to get mad that I hit you in the face with a baseball bat?" Nobody. You fucking hit me in the face with a baseball bat.
That.
Who told you to say that? Who told you to say that I hit you in the face? We have video of you hitting me in the face with a baseball bat. Right. So George
Soros is funding, he is donating to PACs.
Okay, stop.
No, let me finish.
Okay.
He does, like many, many, many wealthy people in this country.
Like Elon Musk, who gave $270 million to Trump.
Donates not even to, one candidate like Elon did, but to different PACs like social justice PACs and stuff like that.
He supports the Democratic Party.
Yeah, and
like any other rich guy, like the
humans,
like the Koch brothers.
That was what I was gonna say. Right. So thanks for finishing it for me. Yes, that's exactly.
Okay, sorry for getting so amped up.
I don't understand why they don't look this, because I can tell you, family members say to me George Soros all the time, and the Koch brothers. Now there's one have done that forever, and
Koch
it's the Koch bro.
Right.
I dated him. Very energetic.
You were very thin then too.
Yes, I was. But they're still doing it, and so you have to think, what's the difference? Oh, George.
Well,
Soros.
now Elon Musk is so far beyond George Soros.
Yeah.
He's so far.
God,
I mean,
right.
and you know what I got to say about Elon Musk is he said this is a quote from last week or a couple weeks ago, and I watched the video of him saying empathy is the downfall of Western civilization. And I was like, wow, that's like the opposite of Jesus. That's the opposite of anything that's ever worked through history.
That's a direct quote.
That's a direct quote.
From a Nazi general.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Is it?
Yeah. It's so we have Nazis.
Yep.
We have people. We have Nazis. I wanted to say about George Soros, though, is like, do me a favor. Some of you maggots have got to work at banks. Some of you maggots have got to get when these people come in and they cash their George Soros protest check. Why don't you go ahead and just kind of show that, give that to Fox News so they can put the George Soros proof that George Soros is financing people who are getting their Social Security taken, who are actually getting their jobs taken, who are getting their livelihoods taken, whose families aren't going to eat. Just tell me, because I'll tell you what, that's not enough to get you to protest. You're going to have to get a little hundo from George Soros.
It's the irony that they're saying, hey, a rich guy is influencing your side.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
you said outrageous?
Really?
I mean,
this is outrageous.
There's
a guy with money.
Self-awareness.
This guy.
That is the utter brilliance of them, is that they don't self-reflect
Shameless.
at all. Shameless. It is amazing to me.
Well, I do have to say the only bright spot in this, and it's not a bright spot for the investors. It's not a bright spot for the future of humanity. It's really not a bright spot for the environment. But if you look at the math on this, so Elon Musk spent $270 million getting Trump elected. Okay. That's just a fact. He became Trump's best buddy. Trump put him basically as co-president.
Yeah.
We're close to that.
You can buy his friendship.
Yeah, that's really not even hyperbole. He's just, he's in the White House with his kid on his shoulder, standing while Trump sat there with his arms folded and tucked.
Well, he's talk shit to the president.
Yeah. He's like, you need to shut up. Wow, his kid said that. I'd have been like, well, Pat, did Titus just hit a kid? Yep.
He then recently took Trump for a walk. Did you see the little X?
So, yeah, oh, did he? Wow. All right, so here's the thing. So that $270 million that he invested, thinking that he was going to get whatever he's going to get, cost him in goodwill. Tesla stock has fallen below half now. It's 220 or 230. When this started, before it had reached a peak of 480 a share. It has lost more than half its value, $200 billion. So that 270 cost him $200 billion.
And that's what he bought Twitter with, correct? Am I right on that?
He bought with a loan based on his stock, but that's another thing. Let's talk about what a genius Elon Musk actually is. First of all, go look at some pictures of him with his shirt off, because a genius doesn't take care of himself like that. But second of all, go look at what he did with Twitter. So he buys Twitter for $44 billion. Currently, Twitter's worth $9 billion. So he lost $35 billion there. Then
Just
he
like
lost
Twitter. Yeah, it's like he keeps doing this. What next?
Like what? The
country.
Yeah, exactly.
They're saying that if Tesla stock hits 120, and this is just a goal for all of us, if it hits 120, they call his money back. They are like, you
what
got to
about
pay.
Dipshit's Truth Social?
True Social went up and went down. I don't know. Look it up. I don't know how True Social is doing.
So that judge, Boasberg, actually said that he would consider consequences if Trump doesn't follow his court order. But Trump did now, as of today, ignore a Supreme Court precedent and fired all Democrats on the FTC.
Oh, also, and this is clear to all you people that are still like, I don't know, man, Titus, you're full of shit. The Consumer Protection Agency. Yes. These are the people that make sure that your credit card interest rate doesn't go to 35%. These are the people that actually make sure that you don't get interest charge and then you get another $14 fee every week. They basically protect people. Any kind of fee, any kind of junk fee. It's what Biden took away from you. It took away from him. He's like, you can't charge people this shit. So if you notice, now you didn't notice it because it was $15 here, $20 here, a little bit of interest here. But your shit's about to get really expensive because he killed it. He killed the Consumer Protection Agency.
Also, all of these supposed cuts and like savings that they're claiming. First of all, we've discussed it's bullshit. It's bullshit. But I think they've spent more since
36. So Trump in January, Trump spent $36 billion more than Biden did at the same time when Biden's presidency. 36 billion more.
But do you hear that fired the Democrats on the FTC?
Right.
Like, this is
Federal Trade Commission.
Hardcore dictatorship. Totally. Also,
it's Nazis.
One of the hallmarks when Hitler came back after he actually went to prison, Nazi Germany did it better.
They had real consequences.
And he got in office and appointed himself as a bunch of things that had prior been run by other people.
He was the head of the Kennedy Center. Also, it wasn't called the Kennedy. He was the head of the Himmler Center.
Now, did you hear that they announced it's a historical, groundbreaking announcement that J.D. Vance is going to head up the RNC finance team that used to be run by Steve Wynn, Elliot Brody, Michael Cohen, and Louis DeJoy. So 4 people. They all turned out great, didn't they? 2 ended up pleading guilty to crimes.
It's evil. This is evil. It's not Republican. Evil.
Trump announced that he is going to he's going to chair the finance committee for the RNC, the first time a sitting vice president who already has a job has ever had that role or a second job.
Wow. And why do we hate Canada?
We love Canada.
Is Melania having Trudeau's baby? Like, is there something? Because he's really mad at Canada. They did it, didn't they? They did it. There's something.
He just wants to be like Putin.
Yeah.
Speaking of Putin, this
Spooking into
episode
Putin.
brought to you by AG1.
She almost said Sputin.
Spootin' to Putin. This episode brought to you by AG1.
AG1. Yes, I had mine this morning.
Spring
actually.
clean your body and your colon too. I love
Whoosh.
my new mix. This is what I'm doing now before I work out. A scoop of Isopure protein powder, no carbs, scootin'. And then a scoop of AG1, the drop of D3K2, and then colostrum, and then CBD powder.
It's like
Shake it up.
It's like an immortal smoothie.
I know. I know.
Rachel's
It's really
109.
good, too.
She looks good.
Yeah, everyone I
superhero.
know will be dead, but
I took it this morning, AG1 again. So I get up this morning. I felt like I've just been stressed and my gut hurts and I feel like crap. My chest hurts and I just have stress. I have a lot of
that's called
stress.
being married.
I have a lot of stress and I took. I'm not arguing.
But I did distract you.
I took AG1 this morning and 20 minutes. Then I ran in and I had to write the Armageddon update and I was writing it and I just all of a sudden noticed that I didn't feel that way anymore.
You've got a whole thing.
It was
you do
interesting.
fresh squeezed lemon in yours?
Yeah,
right?
a little bit of lemon and top to get a little pop in there. Do that, and then but I love AG1. It works.
So AG1, it's actually just a green powder, and it's filled with over 75 vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, prebiotics. You don't have to take all the crap in that medicine cabinet anymore because you're getting it all in here. So you should go read what's in it because it's incredible. And I definitely feel more alert after I have it and more energy, which is why I started doing it before my workouts, but also first thing in the morning is a good idea.
I think I'm
too.
doing an art piece with all those vitamin bottles. Like doing art piece too.
Yeah, like
do
with modern art. Yeah.
make a human being out of it and then put it in a coffin.
And
put it on a
you don't
treadmill.
pee it
Yeah.
out like with those where
Yeah. Oh, I don't get to see that.
neon yellow.
I don't get the neon yellow or
Yeah,
urine
'cause-
anymore.
that's true, yeah.
your body is
Mhm.
actually absorbing
Using it.
these things that it needs, and they just changed it. It's a new iteration. I actually do buy this, and so they sent an email saying that they're always in the lab and testing different things, and so they've reformulated it a bunch of times. Every
That's
time
really-
there's new science.
It's good stuff. Tell me how to get it, and then I want to have a question about it.
When it comes to health, you need something that you can trust. That's why you need AG1. They have science-backed ingredients and real benefits that you can feel. AG1 makes it easy to support your overall wellness every day. AG1 is now offering new subscribers a free $76 gift when you sign up. You get a welcome kit, a bottle of D3K2, and 5 free travel packs in your first box. So go to drinkag1.com/Titus to get that offer. Drinkag1.com.
Boy, if that's not
/Titus
more.
to start your new year. Well, you
That-
gotta let me finish the website.
I was like, yeah.
Slash.
That you're not peeing it out.
Yeah.
That's really good proof that.
Yeah.
I mean, unless they're not lying, like what's on
Right.
the label,
You
right?
forget about it. You don't even notice it.
You don't. Yeah.
And also, I like see they've had multivitamins for years, but how come no one's ever like this AG1 thing? How come no one's ever done it? Like it's so complete. Like how come no one came up with a multivitamin that was that good?
I don't know. And it tastes good. So
Yeah,
it's
right.
sort of, it's a mystery. Republicans have wasted no time
Do you have the list of stuff you
in
did?
jumping on the impeachment thing. They have now introduced a bill,
On the-
Brandon Gill of Texas,
on the
of course,
judges?
articles of impeachment against Boasberg, arguing that he overstepped his authority, compromised the impartiality of the judiciary, and has created a constitutional crisis. He followed the Constitution. And
Wait. How do you create a constitutional crisis and follow the Constitution?
Exactly.
That's what a judge does, right? Your judge is supposed to interpret the
Right,
Constitution, read
right.
it, like, and we know what. Wait, what?
Speaking of Republicans introducing bills,
Oh no!
the Republican that's behind the Trump derangement syndrome bill has now been arrested on charges of soliciting a minor.
I saw this yesterday.
That was Minnesota.
Not a drag queen. Just want to point out. not a drag queen, a white man who's actually going every show. So tell me
You
what happened.
actually have to say that often. I see that you put that on threads a lot. Like,
Because it's always a youth pastor.
I know, or Republican.
I'm doing a bit in the
congressman.
new show, Doomed to Repeat. By the way, I'm going to be in Philly at Helium this week. Please come to the show. We got Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. This show is getting so good. But I do a bit in it now where I go, I do a joke about it, and I go, let's go to the population of Cell Block D. Drag queens, 0.
Right.
Youth pastors, and
Boy
Scout leaders.
Yeah, scout leaders,
Republicans.
youth pastors, scout leaders, and Republican foot tap understall foot tappers.
Senator Foot Tapper.
Yeah. So read
it's-
this. It's disgusting what happened to this guy.
You just want to start?
No.
So, like we did last week, things that have been done so far.
Right.
The list that you sent
No,
me
I wanted to go
is so far.
I wanted to read a little bit about that senator, that guy that got busted. I want to remind people that these hypocrite fucks all the time continue to go, pedophile, there's a basement in the pizza place. And there's no basement in the pizza place. That Hillary Clinton's trafficking. And yet the president, the guy, his best friend was a sex trafficker, literally did jail time for it.
Yep.
But go ahead.
Minnesota
Putin.
State Senator Justin Eichhorn, Republican, arrested this week on felony charges of soliciting a minor for prostitution, police said. It was actually an officer posing as an underage teenage girl. He traveled to Bloomington, and you will find they're very willing to drive and travel. I know my brother in his cases before when he wasn't
They love road
doing
tripping.
this new thing.
Predator.
Lots of cross-state line
Yeah.
driving, which makes it better. So he did go to have sex with someone's child, and he is now in jail.
So the sting operation means that they had some proof on him, right?
Oh, yeah, they
He had been
they had an
communicating
insight
with
on
her
him.
some time.
They had,
Yeah.
Came to an agreement.
Yeah.
that he was going to come have sex with her, and they
She
showed up.
told
and it
him
was a cop.
how old she was,
Uh-huh.
and then
So
And then the
yes.
guy showed up ready for a little bit of, and then it was a guy named Phil going, "How you doing? I'm a cop."
on one computer he's saying Democrats are evil. On another computer, at the
He's
same
calling
time,
them pedophiles.
Incognito.
He's calling them
them-
evil
and then-
pedophiles. Democrats are evil pedophiles paid by George Soros. Hold on, I got to talk to Sheila.
He's
Here's
messing
how
up the typing.
fast this happened. He's married with 4 children, of course. He
Oh.
made headlines on Monday for the Trump derangement syndrome bill, trying to classify it as a mental illness in the state statute. And 2 hours later, he was arrested that night on Monday. He made headlines twice in one night.
Is it just evil? Well, it's what I said in the Armageddon update. The shit is evil. That's you're evil. You're actually you're and the Republicans are so evil right now. And I'm going to keep saying it. You. By the way, I will say this: maggots evil. Adam Kinzinger, Liz Cheney believe what they believe, and they stand up for this country. I will say that until the day I die. But these current maggots, the current Republican Party is evil.
I would rather them just be evil instead of being evil and then projecting their evil onto their enemies while they're enacting their evil.
But that's
But
the
that's
only
evil.
But that's what evil is.
You ding dong.
You just described it. You just defined evil.
If you're just alone at home, not saying anything,
You're just grumpy.
yeah. You need a nap.
But they're accusing us of doing the
Right.
evil
Right.
that they're doing.
Right.
They could just do
That's
the
how
evil.
you always know what Trump is doing.
But here's how fucked up Orwellian it is. For us to call out empathy as a bad thing.
Yes.
And the Democrats stand for empathy. We USAID. We want to talk about this too because USAID got reinstated. But so the constitutional crisis. Here's when you know things are about to get really weird. You just said that the Trump administration is accusing this judge of creating a constitutional
for
crisis.
following the Constitution.
Okay, again, say that again, please. The judge is Trump is accusing Putin. The judge is accusing.
No, Trump is accusing the judge of creating a constitutional crisis because he ruled for the Constitution.
But do you see the mind fuck it always is?
yes.
You know what it is? It's like arguing with my ex. How many have we all been in a relationship where someone just keeps fucking changing the narrative to where all of a sudden you're like, wait, what? And so then Musk comes out who this guy has so many followers and says empathy is the downfall of Western civilization. So empathy is bad. Taking care of people's bad. Feeding people's bad that are hungry. Housing people that are cold is bad. Educating children so our country continues is bad. The Social Security thing. This is where I lost my shit today. So Social Security, they're making it so you can no longer go online and register for Social Security. Your old ass, and to pick up your check.
And the
too,
phone.
right? It's something crazy.
The phone system, they're shutting that
Yeah,
down
I was
too.
trying to explain that to my dad today. What? Well,
I get
you
more.
can't call. So my dad,
Right.
when I've been visiting him, he calls them. That's how old people on his landline.
Yeah.
So let's look at the plan of this. Okay, look at, again. I'm going to say it one more time, and I'll probably say it till this guy's gone or the country's in flames. Billionaires, billionaires have decided that people with nothing have too much. So here's how you get rid of Social Security. You can't just end it because everyone's going to flip out. So what you do is you fire all the call center people. You make sure the calling system doesn't work. Well, okay. Then you make it so they have to go into the building. These old, infirm people who sit at home and are trying to make it to the kitchen to get their soup and tapioca. You make it so they have to get in the car, get someone to take them to the Social Security office. Well, what happens is those Social Security checks stop getting cashed. Now we lose a lot of people die. And all of a sudden, they don't have to end Social Security. It just ended by default because people couldn't get their checks.
And those people, they force the recipients to want to stand up, if they can stand up, and voice, hey, somebody come in, let's privatize it. Somebody take control because it's broken.
Right.
But they're breaking it.
But they're
But
breaking
also, it's going to be so understaffed.
Yeah, they're not going to fix it.
They're going to go every week and stand in a line out the door.
Yep.
I mean, my dad can't do that.
Right.
So
Evil.
Chief Justice Roberts
Evil.
actually made a statement today, a very dry statement. The funny thing is, in 2006, he writes his year-end report of the judiciary. You know, every year he does that because he's Chief Justice. In 2006, he warned of a constitutional crisis. He said the issue has been ignored far too long and has now reached the level of a constitutional crisis that threatens to undermine the strength and independence of the federal judiciary. And it was the failure to raise the judges' pay. So now he's in a real constitutional crisis.
Wow.
So Trump truths today, this judge, ironic truth, like many of the crooked judges I am forced to appear before, should be impeached. Then they introduced the bill. And then Roberts put out a statement that said, for more than 2 centuries, it has been established that impeachment is not an appropriate response to disagreement concerning a judicial decision. The normal appellate review process exists for that purpose.
Yeah.
So Ray said something last night. We kind of had a quick discussion about this. And she said that Roberts, because remember when Trump walked past him at the speech and he goes, hey, thanks, I won't forget it.
Yep.
Which is
And
such
slipped him like
really.
20 bucks.
Yeah, so gave him a 20.
Yeah, it was so
and by the
mild.
way, he put something in it, just put a little roll.
And if you watch it, he's not aware anymore that he's mic'd. Because he says it quietly to him. He goes, hey, I just want to tell you.
So it looks shady as fuck. And then he does that thing. He went after another judge a couple days ago too. I mean, it was the same judge, whatever it was. And Roberts put out a statement. Now he's starting to say that Amy Coney Barrett is a rhino and that Judge Roberts is. And she said that I think there's going to be a point where even Roberts goes, fuck this guy.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
And I think we're there now.
Well, I think he humiliated him by doing that, because what it looked like was, thanks for doing that thing for me.
Yeah.
I won't forget it. I'll take care of you.
It didn't look like it. It was that.
Right. But it became international news.
Yeah.
And that does not reflect well on Roberts.
So he,
or
the
now
whole
I
Supreme
bet-
Court. I didn't fucking do that for
wait a
that.
minute.
The
Yeah.
whole Supreme Court. And by the way, here's how fucked up Trump is. Roberts may have done nothing, But Trump knows the cameras on him. Go, hey man, thanks for working that for me. And all of a sudden, because what Trump has done, whether it's the voting, saying it was fake, the fake news, everything's wrong. Do you ever notice whenever like something happens to a Republican, it's paid before a judge force, or it's
Yes.
the radical left is doing
Unless
it. It's not
it benefits them.
It's not just people that get hit in the face with baseball bats and going, stop hitting me in the fucking face with a baseball bat. It's not that. It's oh no. Everybody loves getting hit, and no one would ever complain about getting hit in the face with a baseball bat. What's wrong with you people? So everybody's wrong. It's all a lie. They've been attacked unfairly. It didn't happen, even though we have you on video and recording saying that you wanted 11,780
Votes.
So they keep saying that, and I did not. The judge says you effectively raped Jean Carroll, fined $83 million, but he said he didn't do it. It's all fake. Now, remember when he was complaining about weaponizing the DOJ? Do you remember all he did? Okay, what's he doing right now?
Fully weaponizing the DOJ.
Yeah, and
like look at Eric. What's his name? The New York City mayor, Roberts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Eric,
we'll drop your charges.
No, Eric Roberts.
Adam-
They took my thumb. They took Eric Roberts.
Adams? Isn't
Eric
it?
Adams.
Adams.
Eric Adams.
They
took my thumb, Charlie. That's an old movie.
Yeah, basically
That's
that.
Eric Roberts.
This episode brought to you by Lumen. We love
Use
Lumen.
that this morning too.
This Lumen has become a very big part of my life. I actually brought mine with me because it changed my life. It's a handheld metabolic device that helps you measure your metabolic rate and then helps guide you into training your metabolism to function more efficiently.
They found a way to take all that machinery that we go to the doctors once a year to see how your metabolism is working, and they put it into a thing, put all the technology into it. You breathe through it, you breathe in through it, and then you breathe out through it. It reads everything, ketones, all this stuff. It reads everything it's supposed to read, tells you if you're burning fat, if you're burning mostly carbs and everything. And then it starts to tell you what you can do to change your metabolism so you are burning efficiently, which keeps you healthier, which helps
you sleep better. Right. Helps you have more energy throughout the day. It's pretty crazy. What I love about it is that it actually teaches you in the process. So I used to have a fitness coach when I did shows, but this is basically like having him in my pocket all the time.
The health kazoo.
It's the fitness kazoo.
Yeah.
So that's what it looks like. You blow into it, blow out of it. But my aunt and uncle came and
it's connected
visited.
to your phone. And so what happens is your phone comes up, boom, it reads it, sends it directly to your phone, tells you exactly how much, what you're burning currently. And then it gives you a breakdown of how many carbs,
customized diet plan,
how much protein and how much fat you can have for that day. Now, I was treating it like a game and trying to hit all the, and then I realized, I'm very full all the time now.
Mine actually scolded me today. I've had 2 bad days in a row. But my aunt and uncle came and visited, and I loved this so much that I sat, like they had just gotten to our house and I was sitting at the kitchen table with them, and my aunt opened her computer and ordered both of them one. And so now they're calling me all the time for tips on, or what does this mean? Or how do I do this? And it's a really cool app. It'll even give you recipe ideas. If you're like, I don't know how to hit all those macros. It does all of it for you. It takes into account your workouts. So you'll get more carbs and protein.
Connect it to it. So I do my workout on another app. It actually sends it over. All of a sudden, my carbs go up 30 carbs. I'm like, all right.
You know, back in the day, the old advice was listen to your body, right? If you're gonna try different foods, different workouts, and things like that. Now, this is so in tune with your body, like you don't even have to. You just check the measurement. Yeah. Boom, you got it.
It's insane. I will tell you.
And you can put anything in it. Like I always had the Lindor
chocolate
truffles, and I put it in there.
If you're in the numbers,
it was like really okay.
All right.
It wasn't. I'm not saying it was happy about it,
but
but
have carbs left. So okay. And also, you realize how many carbs are in everything, especially sugar.
They're everywhere.
Bless you. So take the next step to improving your health, and like we said, easier weight management, improved energy levels, better fitness results, better sleep. Go to lumen.me/Titus to get 20% off your Lumen. That's lumen.me/Titus for 20% off your purchase.
It's good stuff for your health.
Lumen. We love you.
Can I talk about how these pathetic Republican and recently pedophile assholes, how pathetic and weak they are, and how like cowardly. So the White House website, they've now deleted the page that acknowledged the code talkers, the Indian, the Native American code talkers. They took Jackie Robinson,
Tuskegee Airmen.
Tuskegee Airmen. Jackie, if you're black or brown, they're like, no, black people, why am I getting? So this, do you realize how pathetic,
Sick.
how pathetic you have to be like, nope, can't have any other color than white people acknowledged, which means how fucking weak are you?
And how was that costing anybody money? What's the problem?
No.
It's not even that. It's just
Nazis. They are fucking Nazis.
Yes.
If you're going to marginalize everybody except for white males, you are a fucking Nazi. That's how it is, period. If you're going to end any diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, all that means is we all get the same shot. It doesn't mean you're hiring someone who's unqualified. It means that if you're going to see 10 white guys, you got to see 8 black guys for the same. And then whoever you hire, the guy who's the best qualified. It's not. It didn't give anybody a bonus.
It's like, when you see this old footage of World War II, the Nazis, and they're like, they're burning things of like old, or the storefront has a big Uden on the labeled. Now it's just digital, but the same thing's happening.
It's exactly. That's a good point.
Is hard. It's easier to kind of just delete it,
and
then all of a sudden it shows up in our social media stream like, hey, this happened today. Oh, hey, this happened today. We're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but you also aren't necessarily going to see or hear all of it.
Yeah.
Because we are in
Right,
those
imagine all the stuff we haven't heard.
vacuums.
Yeah, that's good. Good point.
I know, like I've said things to family members and they're like, what? My dad told me this morning that, they probably needed to do something at Social Security because a lot of fraud. 150-year-old people are still cashing checks.
Oh, no.
And I said, okay, Dad, well, that's not true. It's not real. Social Security Administration. I go to the DMV and the DMV goes, we can't take Bradley off your last name because the Social Security Administration communicates directly with us and says, no, Bradley needs to go there. When my mom passed away, as soon as that death certificate went, her Social Security stopped.
People don't understand that. The funeral home has to sign a death certificate that instantly a copy goes to the Social Security office and ends your check. There's a code called COBOL, COBOL, that the booger eaters that Musk hired to work for him don't understand because they're all fetuses. So what it does is it defaults at a certain age, at 100 years, it defaults back 100 years. So like, what the fuck? It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. There's no 150-year-old zombies cashing checks. Or do me a favor, bring those checks in. Where are the arrests?
Even if it
Where
did.
Where are the arrests?
They have yet to produce proof of fraud, which is a crime. It's already on the books. Fraud is already a crime.
If hundreds of thousands of people are cashing 150-year-old Social Security recipients' checks, all right, do me a favor then, Fox News, you evil fucks. Present those. Let's put those up. Let's show us some checks cashed today from someone who's 150 years old. I'm so fucking tired of these dumb. And then the people that follow them are dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
They're not asking for that.
But do you guys not think through shit?
Exactly.
I
Do
thought
you
it
just
was
fucking
ironic.
think through it, you fucking morons?
Okay.
Go ahead.
I thought
Sorry,
it was
I'm angry.
ironic that
By the way, we're
yesterday
losing our
I
country.
saw a clip of Trump speaking and it said Fox News in the corner. I think it must have been on Instagram or something. And he says, who are you with? What news organization are you with? And she goes, NBC. And he goes, I'm not even going to talk to you. You've already been discredited. And I thought, but it's Fox and they paid an historic settlement.
$878 million for lying. Fox.
OAN had to go on air and retract their lies about the election and pay an
Newsmax.
undisclosed amount.
Ended.
Newsmax.
Ended for lying.
But it's like, what? I don't understand. But I do know you're going to need to be ready for the apocalypse. This episode brought to you by Huel. Yeah. This would be great
Again,
in an apocalypse, actually.
Again, something I had today. So I usually have 5 eggs in the morning and I have avocado. Well, this morning we had to get out because Ray has an appointment. We have to get the podcast done. So we have the Huel in the bottles and it's got like
Perfectly balanced meal in a
30
bottle.
Oh man, I gotta tell you, I cranked it down on the way in, and
It's so good.
I'm full. I'm
Hi,
done.
welcome
on the road.
to what tastes
Yep.
like a milkshake.
Yep.
But it's a perfectly balanced meal and has all the nutrients your body needs from a meal.
I may blend it with ice. That's not a bad idea
Ooh, that
to
would
make
be
one.
good.
Do
The
a
chocolate one
yeah,
or the
yeah.
vanilla one.
Yeah.
Slushy.
It's for your most inconvenient meals, like breakfast when you're trying to run out of the house to get the kids to school or get to work. You don't have to cook, and it really makes you full, doesn't
Full
it?
and tastes good.
Tastes good, so you're
You-
not getting those midday cravings.
But also some of those protein shakes are have a, like there's a grittiness to them.
Yeah,
There's a
it's not
little
like
bit.
that.
There's a little bit,
rocks in your teeth.
There's
that-
like
yeah.
it's just that little bit of sandpaper thing, and this doesn't have it.
like Slim Fast. Do you remember those
Ugh.
Slim
Yeah.
Fast in a can?
When you would grind your teeth and it would go
I-
at the end.
I would floor it to school, high school, late in my Honda Prelude, 9 Inch Nails blasting, cigarette, and Slim Fast shake in the morning.
Wow.
I was
Oh,
very healthy. And then run in. It'll go. So do it this way. This is healthier. It's also incredibly affordable. It's like $5 for an entire meal. And the black ready to drink edition is the one that we're talking about. That we
16.9
love.
ounces, 400 calories.
35 grams of protein.
35 grams. Yep.
27 vitamins and minerals, and it's all just in that bottle, and it tastes awesome.
Does taste awesome.
So
Can't
you
complain.
can get 15% plus a free gift for new customers if you use code Titus at Huel.com, Huel.com. See the description for terms and conditions. Unlock a healthier, easier way with Huel nutritionally complete meals in minutes so you can focus on what really
Huel,
matters.
human fuel.
Yeah, you guys figured that out. I didn't get that.
I just like to add this a little.
Human
Even if they
fuel.
didn't figure that out, I'm just adding
No,
it to
I'm
so
sure-
we can.
yeah, it works.
We always
that's
put a
what
little
it is.
advertising, a little on top of
I'm
everything.
sure that's what
Keep going down the list of stuff he did. He got. What was the other thing they just got? Oh, so do they have to reinstate 70,000 workers they fired?
So efficient.
Yeah.
How efficient of
California
them.
judge ruled, and then at the same time, like Maryland judge ruled, and he'll keep appealing.
Constitutional crisis. So you've got a president now who people because civics stopped years ago and we stopped doing it. The judicial branch, the legislative branch, and the enforcement branch. What am I thinking? What am I?
DOJ?
No, I know. There's
Foster
the three
Brooks?
branches of government.
No.
The
Executive,
legislative, and judicial.
Judicial.
Judicial. Yeah, the fucking judicial. So they're the equal. The reason that the founders designed it like that all three branches have the equal power, was so no asshole came in as a king and tried to run everything and said shit like, we're going to impeach that judge because he didn't agree with me.
Like 'em, yeah.
You know, like that's happening
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Fucking today. Nazis are in the White House today. So now you've got this president. Now, so once if the legislative branch won't fight the executive branch, and the judicial branch won't fight the executive branch, or the executive branch won't listen to what the judicial branch says, that's a constitutional crisis. That means that our system doesn't work anymore, and you've got an asshole deciding that he's going to do what he wants when he wants. That's a dictatorship. You know who else was a dictator? Nazis. The Nazi regime was a dictatorship. We are there now. He is kissing Putin's ass while Zelensky's not even invited to ceasefire negotiations for his own country that's at war. Europe's not invited, yet they're in danger of Putin like anybody else. We are in trouble. And you guys better start waking up to that fucking fact. Trouble.
Some people are. Some people, those town halls, that's one. The protests at the Tesla dealerships, that's another. It's happening. The
protest.
rally.
Yeah.
I saw a couple Cybertrucks on fire. Now, that could be because Cybertrucks are horribly shitty
Yeah,
built.
nobody did it. It it's just
They just parked it.
self-combusted. Yeah, they
Trump
just-
said the Tesla protests that those people they're calling them Tesla takedowns. He said they should be labeled as domestic terrorists. You know, the people just standing outside holding a sign and not doing
The old
anything.
lady. And also, he sold Teslas on the White House lawn. This man has defaced,
Violated every law.
destructed. He has taken our country, this great country. I mean, as I said in my new show, let's just get the Statue of Liberty booty shorts and some high heels, because he has just ruined it, man. Yep. And he's ruined it on the daily, and they're doing it fast. Keep listening. This is this week. Can you list a couple more things that he did this week? Because by the way, my Armageddon update, people, you should watch it again. That's just shit he did this week. That's crazy shit a president would do over 2 terms. This guy did it this week.
This one's huge. He
While
invoked
golfing.
the 18th Century Alien Enemies Act. We talked about that last week, and now he's done it. He actually used it to attempt to deport a permanent resident,
Yes.
a Columbia professor.
Yes. And what he's doing is, you guys know what
It's
this
from the
Alien Enemies Act. This is
1700s.
like and it's only been invoked ever when we're at war, and basically to get rid of spies, to get rid of people that were infiltrating the country to fight us in a war. In fact, the last time we used it, and it's one of the biggest blights and horrors in American history, is that we put the Japanese people during World War II in internment camps. And these are Japanese
In
people
camps.
that have been living here for 40 years and had stores and were neighbors and we just grab, you look weird. Get in there.
And we were at war, and their country did attack us. Venezuela did not.
So what happened?
But also, some of those Japanese people we put in the camps had gotten out of the military. They'd already fought for America. They'd already served for America. But
he denied that he violated the court order temporarily blocking the deportations. He argues it had no lawful basis, which is how
From
a
the
judge
court.
rules
What?
with the law. He deported a 10-year-old U.S. citizen recovering from brain cancer and her family to Mexico after detaining them on their way to one of her medical checkups. He also claimed that the pardons of the January 6th committee members, Liz Cheney, Adam Kinzinger, all those, and some others are now void by the ones that Biden signed because he used an auto pen.
Which Trump did many times.
Mhm.
By the way, Trump did many times. But by the way, it's not a thing. It's not. Wait, it's not a fucking thing. Like he's just making shit up. It's not a thing. If when a presidential pardon is 100%, or let's go pick up Roger Stone, Michael Flynn, and all these other Manafort, and Trump. Let's go pick them all back up. There's no presidential. If presidential pardons don't mean shit, then all these motherfuckers need to be in jail. I'm sorry, I'm swearing so much today, people. When I saw this list and I was writing the Armageddon update and what's been happening the last couple of days, I just thought. We are and can I talk about the media? Katie Tur is an undercover.
Yes.
She's working.
I was today listening to her and heated. She's
a liar.
Yes.
It's crazy to watch.
She's provocative in a really passive aggressive way.
Yes. She's a Karen. She's the worst Karen we've ever seen.
She really is.
Yeah.
She really
She's
is.
a horrible journalist. Like, you know what? We watch Rachel Maddow every night because here's the one thing you say about Rachel Maddow. Rachel Maddow will historically base something that happened in the past based on currently what's happening. She will connect history to it. Then she will tell you exactly what happened. Yesterday, Rachel Maddow played. You guys got to watch it. And even if you're right winger, watch it, man, because you're gonna be blown away how opposite it is of what you're saying. So she showed they were doing a pollster. It was a pollster meeting, a Zoom meeting of people who had voted for Trump, and it's going to piss you off because all these people who voted for Trump are like, I didn't vote for this. I didn't vote for. I
voted because I wanted prices to go down and the economy to be better and eggs to be cheaper. And I was like,
Trump even said that.
To the moon.
Groceries. They call it groceries.
Oh, they do.
But a beautiful word, groceries. Not
Have
a lot
you
of
heard
people,
of it?
Not
Have you heard of it?
Not a lot of people use the word groceries. Fuck, you're an idiot. So, but he's an evil idiot. Evil. It's evil, people. I'm going to keep saying it. We have Nazis in our government, and it's evil. By the way, and we'll put a picture right here. Boom. That's a Zig Heil. Nazis in our government. Empathy is the downfall of what Jesus. Like that's all he preached. Well, like how do you people? But you say it, Ray. Shameless. How do you reconcile? Ray says she wants to do next week's Armageddon update.
Oh, nice.
Because she had a specific thing. But how do you reconcile saying you believe in Christ? How do you reconcile saying you're a good Christian and at the same time having a man cut off food, not welcome to everybody that we helped, to not welcome the stranger, to be racist? to how do you reckon? Explain to me? You hung out with a lot of like these people that throw up Christ as something but yet they don't believe.
Like Hegseth.
Hegseth is a white people. Someone actually hit me up on Threads. Like, is that really a white supremacist tattoo? And I went and I found it and I sent it to him. I'm like, yeah, it's 100%.
That the Nazis co-opted an Indian, whatever. Originally, the swastika was like a love and healing thing.
It's Taiwanese. It's Indian. Yeah, it's
what?
Yeah,
ancient
Tibetan.
Yeah.
It's ancient Tibetan symbol for like harmony.
Yeah, that's it.
The swastika.
Oh,
So that how they'll, nationalists will co-opt something to kind of blend religious sort of zealots with, populism. And then the KKK. I'm sure there's like shields and fucking.
I'm sure that's what Kanye meant when he put it on T-shirts. We have a
remind me
great
after
bed. This episode brought to you by Helix.
Good
mattress.
bed, man. Really good mattress.
Helix, super cool because you can go on their website and it's really quick, but you just can take a quiz, answer several questions. How many people
How firm?
in the bed? 1,
7.
7.
That's right.
We count our dogs. We count our dogs.
Yeah, and they count as
I thought you were talking about
7.
people.
Because they take up all the space.
Yep.
But then it will generate which mattress, because they have a lot of different ones to choose from. They'll tell you based on that criteria what mattress is best for you. Like, do you sleep hot? Does your back hurt? Are you a side sleeper, a back sleeper?
So whatever one we got, I slept on it last night. Whatever one we got, I did. Last night I did my workout, my FitBod workout, who's our advertisement, which I use, and I do this thing called these Australian crawls, which I'm not a big fan of, where you kind of arch your back and it's for your lower back.
Yeah.
Are you sure that's what they're called?
Australian crawls. That's what it's called on FitBod.
I know.
So
he just makes up names.
You have to say it in an Australian.
The hoopy doopies, whatever you got to call them. So Australian, and usually the next day my lower back will be sore. Whatever happened last night sleeping on the Helix mattress, it wasn't sore this morning.
Well, if you have the right mattress and it's actually tailored to how you sleep, side sleeper, we're both side sleepers, back sleeper, whatever, and the level of firmness and cooling properties, it can change your health, right? It can help you not have night sweats or back pain or motion transfer. That's one big one. You can get up out of bed and it won't move me at all. So right now you can go to helixsleep.com/Titus. Go to their website and take the quiz. You can just do that for free and see what it tells you. helixsleep.com/Titus. Right now, the offer is March Madness sale. So you can get 20% off site-wide, and that's the best offer available, the one that we're giving you. They have a deal on the site. It's not as good as this one. So helixsleep.com/Titus.
I think that encompasses our marriage. You can get out of bed and it doesn't move me.
That's what I was saying.
She's not upset. She's not sad. She just
but do you remember?
You got out of bed and I could give a shit less.
Do you remember the old days though, or hotel bedrooms where I get up and you go bling, or the ones with the
like you hit the ceiling
in the middle.
when he gets up.
Every hotel bedroom I stay when I'm on the road. And by the way, guys, I'm going to be on the road at Helium. In Philadelphia, new show doomed to repeat. It's not quite as angry as this podcast has been, but there is a couple of moments. It's not angry. It's fun. It's fun. And my family was here since 1635, so I'm an OG American, so I can speak on some of these things.
There's so many other things that he's
just do a couple. List them.
Done
this week. This is just this week.
I know. He threatened to double steel and aluminum tariffs on Canada if Ontario adds surcharges to electricity they sell to us.
Also Australia. He's going after our enemies, Canada and Australia.
He ruled out an exemption for them on steel and aluminum as the EU announced retaliatory trade action. So he's now fighting with even Australia. Fired 1,300 employees from the education department.
He's not fighting with Putin. He's not fighting with everybody.
Phone call with Putin yesterday.
Yes, he did.
2 hours phone call. And after that phone call...
What are you wearing?
After that phone call, it was discussed that we would no longer...
lead NATO.
Be the head of NATO.
So Trump is now willing. So we've been the leadership. We've been leadership at the head of NATO since the 40s. Trump has basically said that we are going to give up our leadership in NATO. So just so you know what that means is, that means the biggest boy on the block with the biggest baseball bat that was used for good, because we were an empathetic country, which we're obviously not anymore because we have Nazis. Basically, we're going to turn the leadership in NATO somewhere else, which means we're basically pulling out of NATO, which means that, I don't know. I'm going to start taking bets on when the World War really starts.
He gutted Voice of America,
Yep.
which was created during World War II to
news.
send news to other
The world,
countries,
yep.
to the world.
So countries that don't get, so Voice of America was set up so countries that have a dictatorship or that have a government that's not letting them hear what's really going on. The Voice of America was set up in radio waves so you could actually in those countries hear what's really going on in the rest of the planet. We're going to kill that. And the weather service, because by the way, fuck it. We don't need to know when a tornado or a hurricane's coming. We're good.
Yeah,
We're good.
He made plans to fire the workers who are responsible for preserving and maintaining 26,000 pieces of art that are owned by the U.S. government, historical pieces of art. Again, one of those specialties that you couldn't just replace someone for or not do.
And how much is that worth? So that's part of our legacy, like Fort Knox, like all this.
Oh, he's destroying all kinds of stuff. At
He took the Constitution out and put it in the White House, the real one.
Disbanded 2 federal committees that are the ones that are tasked with advising policymakers on food safety.
Right. Got rid of them. I talked about this in Armageddon Update. It got rid of them. Food safety. Like the stuff that, when you put stuff in your mouth and your body and it's safe.
Why are we getting attacked? Why are we trying to be killed? I don't understand. What's the purpose of this?
We had a phone call yesterday. It was 2 hours long.
But you need people to rule
investigations into 52 universities, accusing them of racial preferences because they have diversity programs.
But let's be clear. I did this. 58.4% of all colleges, their 4-year enrollees are white. 58.4. But the Nazis, the cowardly, white ass, weak ass, soulless, no character having, so scared of losing their spot, bitch ass white men can't seem to handle that.
He directed military officials out loud to draw up plans for increasing the troop presence in Panama.
These are war plans to take over Panama.
But announced it.
I'm laughing.
He terminated $20 billion worth of grant agreements from Biden to finance clean energy and climate projects.
So guys, you know how the climate's out of control and we're having winds we've never had, rains we've never had, a snow and drought we've never had, because the climate is changing so dramatically. So we are actually trying to get clean energy, use the sun because we can. Even Elon Musk said if we could have 100 square miles of solar panels, you could power the whole planet. But we can't do that. So we have to kill it because, fuck it. Why not?
He also promoted Steak and Shake's beef tallow cooked fries in an interview with RFK.
Yeah.
It just keeps going and it's pretty awful.
That's 1 week. Guys, the things she just listed were not a presidential legacy. It was 1 week.
Made plans for a registry that would require Canadians in the U.S. for longer than a month to be fingerprinted.
So Canada, again, going after our horrible, basically evil, vicious,
sinister Canada.
Enemies
for thousands of years.
Rule out a recession. The Commerce Secretary in an interview said that it will still be worth it even if we go into a recession.
Wait,
like
how?
2008.
Wait. He said. I thought he said it was going. You're going to see economy like you've never seen. You're going to see.
We're going to have the greatest. We're going to be the strongest.
We already had that. Biden did that. We
Tired
actually had
of winning.
We had the lowest unemployment for the longest time. We had the highest stock market ever. Record. Biden already had that. It's going to be so much better. You won't believe it. He's destroyed this country.
Yep,
Does anyone look back and think, wow, the country was destroyed the last 4 years as Biden fixed every fuck up this dude made the last time? I am so angry.
And he's just undoing things that just
for no reason.
Just for fucking hate's sake.
It's hate.
That's it.
What's the word?
Fuck.
Evil. The word is evil. Go ahead. So Ken found this thing on Minecraft that basically all this news that we can't find. That's basically worldwide news. Go ahead, explain what this is.
So,
and then read it.
Other countries, soon probably to be this country, the U.S., are really bad at oppressing journalists. And there are journalists in other countries that try to get information out, and they can't. So some of them just oppress it, and some of them oppress it, and then they disappear their
Fall out a
journalists.
window. He got near a window.
Yeah, namely Russia,
Iran,
Saudi Arabia,
mhm.
Certain parts of Mexico, China. So Minecraft has this great new thing where you can go into the game and there's this beautiful like library built. Well, here's one of the articles we found in the library.
Okay.
Russian internet under pressure. I'm not going to say who wrote it because they'll probably be disappeared. The use of data encryption programs as an excuse for terrorism charges. 5 years in jail for tweeting about children of policemen. Someone else's chat log on Telegram as evidence of preparing civil unrest. This is originally in Russian, so bear with me.
So basically, you're on the internet saying, "Hey, we need to get a protest together."
Mhm.
You can now go to prison forever.
Yes.
Wow.
These are just a few examples of today's repressions in Russia. In the quote-unquote network affair, a terrorist case fabricated by the FSB, that's the Russian, Putin's police, were also accused of using the Jabber messenger and Tails, a Linux distribution aimed at preserving anonymity. They were sentenced to 6 to 18 years of prison.
For sending shit out on the internet?
Yes. It's probably no coincidence that Putin recently signed a law that makes it mandatory to pre-install Russian software on all electronic devices sold to Russians. Prosecution for posts on the social network Vovontke has already become routine.
Wow. So guys, just so you know, that's coming for us right now too. Trump is there's something I just saw him trying to take over. He wants to be in charge of with something like this.
There will be more.
There'll be more coming because you know why?
He's threatened in that DOJ speech. He threatened MSNBC and CNN.
Just so you guys know, it's a new week, so there's going to be more because it's a new week.
He actually suggested to the officers in the room that maybe they launch an investigation.
We have evil Nazis in America, and they're at the highest levels of power. One of them actually is the Secretary of Defense. So do me a favor, people. Get pissed or get ready to have like the worst time in American history. There you go. This weekend, I'm going to be at the Hilarities in Philadelphia doing jokes.
Helium.
Sorry, Helium, not Hilarities. I was just at Hilarities. Hilarities, great club in Cleveland.
Yeah.
I had so much fun. God, good audiences. I will see you guys in Philly this weekend. Next week, I'm going to be in Eugene, Oregon. Do me a favor, go to those shows. Go to ChristopherTitus.com to get everything you need. We have a new shirt coming. And just look at all the stuff we have. We've designed some really cool stuff. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Do you want to say anything? You got anything you want to say?
Go to thewillingbureau.com. Check out the new music.
Willingbureau.com. Good music.
Alpha Chick album is coming out. It'll be everywhere next week. Hopefully.
Alpha Chick album is going to be released next week. And go to ChristopherTitus.com and get Carrion Monsters. Guys, we don't ask for a Patreon. We don't make you guys pay to access or paywalls. Go just get my special.
Get a great special.
It's an hour and 40 minutes. You'll love it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to myself, the lovely Bomb Show, Ray, and the Highlander. Later.
Peace out.
Like a Billy one.